Do you remember when you could buy about 8 Ethereum or so for $1,000? Yeah, right now it is $1,450. That is completely insane. The same thing I can kind of say for Aave. I really remember when you could buy 4 for $100. Right now, you cannot even buy a half, and times are going insane. SNX, we've also talked about a couple of times in the last couple of videos. That one is also popping off just now, and things are just looking pretty damn crazy for a lot of the coins that we purchased this week, which is pretty nice. Having said that though, guys, we are giving away $100 worth of crypto, and all you have to do to enter is make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below. And if we hit 1,500 likes, we are giving that away. Top 5 cryptocurrencies to watch this week are BTC, Ethereum, Aave, SNX, and I would personally actually like to add Chainlink. That is mostly because there's quite a lot of speculation about it hitting grayscale any one of these days, and that could definitely get a good pump going. So just from that perspective, I'm going to tell you guys to just be cautious with Chainlink and possibly get some purely for that speculational piece. Also, in a different end, it's not this week just quite yet, but in about 2 weeks from now, XRP is going to be extremely interesting because that would mean it's the week prior to the first document after the lawsuit was settled. And talking about these coins briefly, these are all coins we've talked about before on the channel, and these are all coins we've actually bought in the last 3 weeks, all within January. So Bitcoin, actually we didn't buy. Ethereum we definitely did buy, a lot under $1,000. We were talking about buying at 900. DOT, you even saw me buy it the 4th of January. That has already doubled because we bought it $8. Aave, I've been buying consistently. I've also sold a lot of Aave, but I mean, this is just my gem. I hate it and I love it. It's a love-hate relationship because, as I said before, Aave is one of my most profitable cryptocurrencies ever, but that was already at about $65. I sold about 80% of my Aave or so, only to buy it back at about 158, something like that. And right now we're almost doubling our money again, but it's not as much as I used to have, so that's a little bit bummy. And SNX, I don't know how much I put in, not that much, but I just bought it I think last week or so when I was using some of the funds that I got free on Binance, I believe. I just wanted to buy a couple of coins just to have them, and SNX was one of those coins, mostly because you guys told me in the comment section down below. And with that, idea in my mind again, let me know in the comment section down below right now what coins you recommend me to buy. I ask this quite often, like once a week or so, and that is because I really listen to what coins you guys show me. If you guys say, Dusty, you gotta check out this coin, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna report on it. I'm gonna tell you guys if I buy it or not, right? The same thing that I do for all these coins, and sometimes they do well, sometimes they don't. I also bought some 1-inch. I do not know how that one is doing right now. I told you guys as well that I'm staking that one, or at least going for the lending option. I don't know if it's officially staking or actually lending over on Binance, and it's popping off. It's doing amazing. But I have no idea what the price of 1-inch is looking like. Okay, you cannot even see it here. And for example, Uniswap here is popping off too, but we don't actually have too much of that. I might have like maybe $10 worth of Uniswap, but I basically have nothing, right? Maybe $20 worth, which right now could have already doubled in this last month, but not really have much. All right, having said that, again, I'm talking too much about the cryptos that I have. I'm not trying to brag here, just want to show you guys why you should diversify and sometimes listen to your comrades. All right, even though it's not a guarantee type of thing, sometimes it can be really fun to just pick up some coins as we're still very early into all of this. Then, cryptocurrency startup Ripple's future hinges on SEC case. Of course, you guys know I like to talk about XRP. It's one of my favorite coins, but in terms of price, it is definitely not the best. And if we're actually talking about, how big crypto is getting, I think it's pretty funny to see how they're calling, this is the Wall Street Journal, how they're calling Ripple a startup. It is almost a $10 billion valued company, and they're calling it a startup because, let's say it's about 8 years old or so, 7, 8 years. It's funny how that's a startup, right? It's mostly because of what they're planning to do. Because if you were to make another company that's not so significant, it definitely would not be a startup if it's 8 years old and worth billions upon billions of dollars. Maybe from the perspective that it's not public just quite yet, publicly traded, but that's also not really something you can value there because, well, a lot of companies are private and they have been for the last 100 years, so that's again not a good argument. It's just interesting to me how they're calling it a startup, even though it's 8 years old and $10 billion plus worth. That maybe shows you just how big Ripple's going to get in due time when they really are getting out of this startup phase, or at least where it's going to go is something you should think about then. Can crypto hit $2 trillion? Again, if you were to ask me, yes, 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 I definitely do not think we're even halfway there just quite yet. We're not halfway there. I should go sing that little song, but then the opposite, because I don't think we're close to the end, basically. I think half or basically doubling is just a start of where this is going to be going. Oh my days, guys. Am I extremely bullish on crypto? Yes, I am. The only scary part about crypto that I feel all the time is, should you really sell some of your coins eventually, or should you just keep holding it through? And now there's quite a lot of these guys who are just making bank off of coins like Aave, for example, right now. However, they're just holding on through because they know it's going to be going further. With Ethereum, though, there's quite a lot of guys who are just buying right now in freaking binges and taking it off exchanges. Some guys are doing that because they're afraid that the fee is going to get ridiculously high. So, for example, for a $1,000 transaction, you might have to pay $200 to transact it. Again, that's what people are afraid of because of the popularity. But let's take a look here. Analyst gives 3 reasons why $1.6 billion in Ethereum just left exchanges. We get to the bottom of what happened to the 1.6 billion Ethereum drained from exchanges. Again, talking dollars, not coins. More than $1.5 billion of ETH has left the exchanges this week. An analyst explains that they could have gone to DeFi, Ethereum 2.0 staking snapped up by large investment firms, and his analysis leaves some mysteries unanswered. Now, I would actually like to point out 2 things, maybe let's say 3. One is, again, people just holding their Ethereum because they've been buying in freaking chunks right now. So, again, it's taken off exchanges because they're just hoarding and just holding. The second would be to put it in Ethereum. Put it in Ethereum staking. And, again, that might also count as taking your balance off of exchanges if you go for Ethereum 2.0 staking. And the third one, I kind of lost my train of thought somewhere here. Let's just say those 2 are the main ones, though. They're taking it off of exchanges because they want to hold. And the third one, of course, was the fee, right? The huge fee people are afraid of, and they just do not want to be involved. They just want to have it at the final spot because of that crazy, ridiculous fee that could be coming. Here is another one. Ethereum investors withdraw almost 700,000 Ethereum from crypto exchanges in just 1 hour. Ethereum investors withdrew almost 700,000 Ethereum from crypto exchanges in 1 hour on January 22nd. This could be the largest net outflow of Ethereum from crypto exchanges in a 24-hour period. Ethereum has reclaimed 13, looks to flip 1350, and even flipped 1450 as seen, I believe, do I have it open right here? Yes, we do. Right at the bottom here is Ethereum in terms of price. The top is market cap. What was so interesting is that we actually did not really breach the market cap that we saw before, but we did really get a lot further than the price. Because if you take a good look here, it doesn't really look too much like, oh yeah, okay, we did get there. It doesn't really look too significant. Here it does look quite significant in how far we got above there in terms of price, which I found interesting. Well, if you start to zoom in, it doesn't really look that crazy either. But the highest point of today over here, I'm looking at the high here, but I should look at the high right here. Take a good look, guys. $1,476 is what we got to today. So that's definitely a new high that we made. And again, whatever indicator you want to put on top of this, whatever time frame you want to look at this from, things are just looking bullish. The simplest one you can just kind of view for yourself right here is just the uptrend that's being made. Even a shorter term uptrend here would work. It's just extremely, extremely bullish right now. There's really nothing stopping it, right? We're just making higher lows all the time here. The question is, of course, going to be how long can we keep this up? And is this move going to be sustained as we are hitting close to some heavier resistances? But all I can tell you guys is I think Ethereum might introduce us to a new altcoin run, or at least it's going to be one of the founding fathers here of the new altcoin run. As whatever, guys, how can you see this as something bearish? The only thing you might be able to resemble it with is this right here. This huge red candle could be the one, again, just before another huge pump, which might be what we're seeing right now. Again, this is going to be the start of something bigger, though. That's basically the point I'm trying to make here. Things are just beginning. And people were, a lot of people were actually telling me about gold, that I should get into gold, or I should talk more about gold. Guys, that is not really my piece of my thing. You know, I don't really hold much gold. I'm not really too interested in gold right now because I think crypto has a lot more interesting properties and is definitely a lot more profitable right now. By the way, if you're wondering, the computer is just heating up like crazy. I do not know why, but that's again what it sometimes does. But yeah, as I said before, I'm not too interested in gold. However, I do consider it to be a pretty fine hold if you want to be a little bit safer than crypto. However, I also have a quote somewhere, and I don't have it open today, I guess. I have it in another video coming up a little bit later today. That said, everything has risk. It just depends on what type of risk you want to take. Because gold has risk, crypto has risk, the US dollar has risk. And I'm personally really keen on going for crypto. But if you're into gold and you want to keep it through, or you want to have some real gold that you can just keep inside your house and know that you have some value in it, go for it, right? Again, I have a little bit of a thing with watches as well, where I think, well, it will keep its value, so I'd rather hold one of them, maybe, or two, or whatever, or you just might hold some. Some people have that with gold. Again, very respected, very respected. And also, it's been here for a very long while. It may be here for a very long while. It will definitely be, actually. So it's also not a bad thing to go for. Again, you're seeing here a lot of people say $3,000 end of the year at least. That's even a 70% rise here in the shortest amount of time. However, well, his analysis here comes down to $3,000 in the next couple of years, 3 years or so. A lot of people have said gold is going to be at $3,000 this year, at least $2,500. All I can say is, guys, we'll see here. Things are looking really cool for all these metals and all these cryptocurrencies right now because of the political situation, of course, because of all the money that's being printed, because of the CV. Do not want to name out loud what exactly that is. But on a side note, talking about gold, make sure you check out GSX. It's the world's first gold-backed currency. I'm just going to quickly tell you guys to check it out because right now it's 10 cents a piece, but you get a 19% bonus plus a 5% bonus for using my link and a couple more bonuses if you are buying huge amounts. And basically, it is the first gold-backed coin where they have gold and gold-rich land. And as they'll be mining here, the backing of this coin, again, you can kind of see it as a stable coin, is going to keep going up, and that should also keep increasing the price of the coin. It's a very interesting concept, and I'm very interested in how this is going to turn out. But again, check it out. A link is down below, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody.